Scroll number 4. I carry my stillness with me. There can be absolute bedlam without, so long as there is no commotion within. Seneca wrote this while living above a public bathhouse, a place of constant noise, shouting, splashing, the crack of weights, and the cries of vendors. He was not waiting for the noise to stop before he could think. He was not searching for a quieter room, a better city, a more favorable set of circumstances. He had understood something that most people spend their entire lives hoping to discover: that the stillness they are looking for does not exist in any location. It exists, or it does not exist, entirely within them. I have spent years believing the opposite, that if I could just arrange the right conditions, the right time, the right place, the right level of quiet, the real work would finally be possible. But the right conditions always required one more adjustment. Seneca saw through this pattern 2,000 years ago and named it clearly: the noise is not the problem. The mind is the problem, and the mind can be governed. I govern mine starting now. I carry my stillness with me. The man Seneca describes who requires absolute silence to sleep, the man whose slaves tiptoe through the house, who flinches at every sound, who tosses and turns and blames the noise for his restlessness, that man is not suffering from noise. He is suffering from a mind in ferment. The quiet he demands from the world cannot give him what he actually needs, because the disorder is not outside him. It is in him, and no amount of external arrangement ever reaches it. I have been that man. I have sought the right conditions, the right moment, the right environment, the right level of order in my surroundings before allowing myself to settle. That search is over. What I was searching for was never in the next arrangement. It was in the next level of discipline, and discipline is available right now. I carry my stillness with me. Seneca also understood that the place a person is in makes no contribution to peace of mind. He writes about a man named Vadia who retired to a beautiful country house and was envied by everyone who passed it. People said, "Vadia knows how to live," but Seneca saw through it. Vadia did not know how to live. He knew how to hide. There is a great difference between a retiring life and a spineless one. The person who runs from the world and its noise has not found peace. They have simply changed the scenery of their anxiety. The anxiety comes with them unpacked and settled every time. I carry my stillness with me. This is the practice I am committed to, building the kind of inner quiet that does not depend on outer conditions. Not silence as the absence of noise, silence as the presence of a settled mind. I can work in a crowded room. I can think on a noisy street. I can create in conditions that would scatter a person who has not done the interior work. Because the work I have done is not about the room I am in. It is about the mind I bring to the room. And that mind is mine regardless of what surrounds it. Peace of mind is not found in the right location. Seneca knew this from watching Vadia and from watching himself. The quality of his thinking did not follow the quality of his surroundings. It followed the quality of his attention. The attention is what I tend, not the circumstances. I carry my stillness with me. There is a version of the creative life in which everything must be arranged correctly before the work begins. The desk must be clear. The notifications must be silenced. The mood must be right. The energy must be available. I know this version. I have delayed real work for hours, waiting for conditions that, once arranged, always revealed new conditions still requiring arrangement. Seneca would have recognized this immediately as the same pattern, the demand for outer quiet as a substitute for inner discipline. He did not move out of the bathhouse. You stayed. You worked. He wrote some of the most precise and lasting thinking in the history of the Western world, from a room above splashing water and shouting vendors and the grunt of men lifting weights. What he had was not quiet. What he had was a trained mind. That is what I am building. The conditions I have right now are the conditions I work in. I carry my stillness with me. What Seneca is pointing toward is something deeper than concentration technique. He is pointing toward a kind of sovereignty, the sovereignty of a mind that has learned to govern itself, regardless of what is happening outside it. Voices, he says, are more inclined to distract than general noise, because noise merely fills the ears, while voices catch the attention. He knows the difference between what we can shut out and what we have trained ourselves to ignore. And the training is everything. This is not a natural gift. It is a practiced discipline, built in the same way that any discipline is built, through repetition and commitment, and the refusal to make exceptions for convenient excuses. I train now, not by eliminating what disturbs me, but by choosing, deliberately and repeatedly, not to be disturbed. Not by rearranging the world, but by steadying the mind that moves through it. Every time I return to the work, when distraction arrives, I am practicing. Every time I let the noise pass through without granting it authority over my attention, I am building something. The building is slow. It is quiet. No one sees it happen, but it compounds. I carry my stillness with me. The noise will not stop. The world will not become quieter to accommodate my need for focus. Notifications will arrive. Conversations will happen nearby. Circumstances will be imperfect, and conditions will be unfavorable, and there will always be one more thing requiring attention before the real work can begin. I do not wait for the end of that list. The list does not end. I work now in this with this. I do not need a silent room to think clearly. I do not need a perfect morning to begin well. I do not need the algorithm to be favorable, or the inbox to be empty, or the timing to be ideal. I need the mind I have been building, steadied by practice, governed by intention, trained to return to what matters when distraction arrives. And it always arrives. My stillness is not something the world gives me. It is something I bring to the world, maintained, practiced, renewed each morning as a commitment to the only kind of quiet that has ever been real. I carry my stillness with me. I carry my stillness with me. I carry my stillness with me.